Hello everyone. So today let us take a look at ScriptRunner, and today I want to focus on one very common use case when it comes to using ScriptRunner, and that use case is that let us say you want to create a story and or any issue in Jira. Now there is usually this requirement where you may want to display maybe some predefined text in one of your text area based field. It could be your own custom field, or it could be maybe a description field. So let us say whenever you raise a story, you want people to follow some template. Basically, you want to present something here so that there is a format, there is a structure to your story. Now, this is something that is not very difficult to do, but I want to talk about a couple of things today that will hopefully help you to make sure that you don't really make mistakes. So let us say whenever you raise a story, you want people to follow some template like maybe some text here, which I will write in the script itself. Maybe you want something like, let us say, a story title, right? And it should have some format. Maybe you want some question that you want people to answer, right? Question number 1 along with the answer, then maybe question number 2 with another answer, right? Something like this. And maybe you want to have the question in bold, and maybe you want your story title to follow H1 or H2, something like this. So it looks good, and when you use this format, it will help you achieve some consistency, and it will of course guide your users to raise a story with good details, and it is not very difficult. So let us do that. And for doing this, I will go to ScriptRunner. I'll probably create a separate window, separate tab. It's a bit slow. I'm running my own Jira instance, which was idle for like few hours. Now it is back up, I guess, when you try to do something. So let me just jump to ScriptRunner, or maybe not ScriptRunner. I'll jump to Behaviours. All right. So we have a behavior here, and in the previous video on behavior, we learned how to convert a text field to a single select list. So we'll probably use the same behavior. So make sure when you have a behavior, you add a mapping. So I want this behavior to be applicable on a Scrum project, along with story type, which is story. Issue type, which is story. So you have to use this script in the initializer, and the script would be basically a script to present something to the user, some predefined template. So let us do that, and I'll probably create a variable. Let us say you want to do it for the description field. So description, you can create a variable, get field by name, and the field name is description, right? All good. And what I want to do now is I want to basically what else I forgot. Okay, so I probably need one more variable to set the form value, I guess. So I'll probably create a variable here called text, default text, something like that, something like this, default text. I guess this is fine, and I can specify the text like this. Like this is my text. But if you're working with Groovy and if you have like multiple lines with maybe some special characters, maybe some quotes, you cannot really do this, because let us say there is a quote here. It won't really work because this is going to be problematic. So what you need to do, you need to use triple quotes. So not 1, 2, and 3. And now you can do whatever you want within these triple quotes. So if you have something like, okay, this is our text with double quotes in between. So this will be double quotes in your text. So just a small Groovy thing for you guys in case you don't know Groovy or in case you're learning. So it is not very difficult. Groovy is a nice language. I like Groovy. It's very simple to work on. All right. So the text would have some header or some basically I believe I wanted like a header. So it could be #2. And by the way, if you're not sure how to do this, you can always go to the text mode and do whatever you want to do here, and then select the style, and it will tell you what you need to do in your script. All right, so this is so story. Come on, story title, and I need to make it as bold. Let us say my question. This is question 1 and bold, and I want users to answer something here with some space. And you can also have like something like a bullet point. This is question 2 with 2 options, and you can present the user with option 1, option 2. Come on. All right, I think this is it. And answer. So this is my default text, and I want this default text to be applicable to my description field whenever the form is loaded. So I can do something like description dot set form value, and I need to specify here the default text, and I guess this is it, right? So this is a simple script. Let us see how it looks like, and then we'll modify it slightly because I want to talk about something. So if you now click on the button create, you will see this default text, which is good. I like it. Now let us save the story. So this is my story, and of course we have the default text. I can this is my answer. I want to select option 1. It is of course not a field, just option 2, whatever. It is basically a way to guide your users. All right, so this is good, right? This looks really good and I like it. Now the problem is, or not a problem, if you're doing it for the very first time, you might miss it, but you should not. So let us say you have this field with some value, like because you already have the answer here, and something that you got from the user. If you click on it, you can see here that it will let you modify it, which is great. But if you click on the edit button, because when you have this initializer, it can actually reset the value for you, because the initializer will come into effect, and this is a problem, right? Because now you are going to annoy a lot of users. Why my answers are not here anymore? So you can go back to your script and you need to modify something here. So the thing that you need to modify is actually very simple. You need to make sure that if the description is empty, or only do this when there is no value in the description or the default text. So basically, if you add like a small if here and do something like this. So basically, if there is no value in this field, then apply this this particular form value. And if you go back and do this again, so of course we are talking about yes, we have this. Yes, I thought the script failed to work. Okay, the script works. So I'll probably modify the old story. So this is my answer. I also have like some details from the user, but if I click on the edit button again, it won't really override the original, or not original, but the answers that you got from your users. And this is great. This works. Now this is also, this might not also be enough, because this will only work where you have this situation where this particular field is either empty or not empty, and the initializer will set the form value based on this condition. But what if this particular field or the text in the field is going to appear based on a field that you select above? Because this can also happen. Maybe you want to set the template based on the value that you select. In that case, you might need to add more check. So although this works, this is great, but you have to be a bit more careful when it comes to using your script, because you have to probably consider all those use cases. And to be honest, you have to basically check with your teams what exactly they want to do with this text. And I try to always limit the automation. I mean, do automation if you have to basically help people, but don't really expect Jira to do all the work for you. Don't really expect Jira to be your project manager. You cannot really expect people to be lazy, and although technically you can do a lot of things with Jira, but that's not the point. I mean, Jira is, I mean these things, these automation scripts that we are trying to write, we're trying to help, and having just a text here is a big problem that we are trying to solve, and it will help your users, but we can't really do a lot of things here. I mean, we can technically, but if you consider all the situations, all the scenarios, then it might get complicated. So try to keep your scripts simple. Try to keep your scripts readable and maintainable, and educate your users that yes, we can improve the process by doing these small things, small enhancements by displaying your template. But that is it. There has to be like a limit of automation. All right, that is it. That is all for today. Bye bye.